So, good morning. It is the 17th of December. The day has arrived to honor and pay tribute to the testament of the genius of the Wright brothers and their amazing, their amazing accomplishment. All right. But in the meantime, we're focusing on the Greek prefix mono, meaning one or single. And we finally arrived at the page with the monocle, which is the first word, monocle. Let's go. Mon-o-cul. Monocle, which means an eyepiece or for one eye. Monocle. Let's go. First syllable, mon. Second syllable, o. Third syllable, cul. Monocle. All right, we have two things to mark up, so let's go. Underline the O and the silent E twice. Job number 4. The O can say O at the end of a syllable. Yes, that is rule 4. The next word after that is the word monarch. What's the word? Excellent. A monarch is a ruler who reigns over a kingdom or an empire. Monarch. Also a butterfly. That's dominant butterfly, sort of, in that regard. So the king of butterflies, so to speak. Monarch. Let's go. Meaning one ruler. Monarch. 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 We use ch, k, sh. So let's go. Monarch. Monarch, meaning one ruler. When you get to the etymology, you'll understand why. We have two things. Let's go. Underline the R and the K. Second sound. All right. The next word is the word monologue. What's the word? You got it. Monologue. It's a speech given by one person, okay? An actor might have a monologue, or a politician might have a monologue, right, where they give a speech, okay? So, monologue. Let's go. Monologue. Now, this is a little bit unusual. We use two-letter G. Think of the word guitar and silent E. Monologue. Let's go. 3 syllables. Mon, first syllable. Second syllable, O. Third syllable, log. And it just so happens that the etymology is basically in the scholastic. Log, meaning speak or to speak or speech. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 things to mark up. So let's go. Underline the O, the G, and the silent E twice. Job number 5. But it's also retained because soft G sometimes when followed by Y, I, or E. So that's why we have that U in there. Otherwise, it could be read as monologue. There are modern spellings now where they leave off the U and the silent E. Okay? Just to be aware of that. The next word is the word monotone. What's the word? Excellent, monotone. And that's really an unchanging tone of voice having very little expression. You know, we've all been with people who just say, so the other day I saw a car crash. No expression in their voice. Okay? Monotone. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. The O can say O at the end of a syllable. That's rule 4. Okay? So, getting back to it, monotone. Mon-o-tone. Monotone. And again, meaning one tone of voice. Let's go. Mon-o-tone. Monotone. Notice I didn't have a monotone when I said that. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 things to mark up. So let's go. Underline the O, and the silent E twice. Draw an arrow back. Why? Yes, because in this case, the silent E makes the O say O. The O can say O at the end of a syllable. That is rule 4. And the last word for scholastic is the word monopoly. What's the word? Excellent, monopoly. Okay, we think of the board game, and that sort of does apply here, basically, okay? And I'll explain in a minute. However, to have a monopoly on something means to have complete control over it. So we had some baby sisters yesterday who were able to monopolize, or they had a monopoly on our time. We were just focused on them. They totally dominated it. And they didn't even have to do anything except be adorable, cute, and beautiful. Okay? But again, the board game, think about Monopoly, right? Trying to acquire all that property, right? And you have complete control. You dominate it, okay? So that really basically means that you are the one who's selling things or buying things, and you own everything. That's what you're trying to accomplish in the game Monopoly. Great sentence though. Since there was only one store in town, it had a monopoly on all sales. But you could think of it like this even. In a positive sense, people think it's a negative sense, and I don't agree. The Wright brothers had a monopoly on flight at first because they were the only ones who accomplished it at that particular time. In some ways, you could say a monarch has a monopoly on power, right? So, for example, think about the Pilgrims and how the monarch, the ruler, the king, dominated the power, and he was trying to tell people what religion they can and cannot follow. Same thing with the Jewish people in the story of Hanukkah, which we will get to. Okay, but getting back to the word monopoly, let's go. Monopoly. Monopoly. Okay, so let's go. Sorry again, I messed up. My mistake. Monopoly. Okay, my apologies. How do we mark this up? Underline the O. The O can say O at the end of a syllable. That is rule 4. Our first word for the day is the word enhance. What's the word? Excellent. To enhance is to improve, to make better, to append something. Enhance. Let's go. Enhance. Enhance. We use k. So let's go. Enhance. Adding color to a sketch or a drawing will certainly enhance its quality. Okay, so we have 2 things to mark up. Underline the C and the silent E twice. Job number 3. But, yes, rule 2. Soft C when followed by Y, I, or E. I can hear JC and Duvall loud and clear. And the last word is the word minimum, which is an old vocabulary word. Minimum, meaning the least amount, okay? For example, you may have a minimum amount of time you can spend with your family, okay? So the least amount of time. Minimum, let's go. Minimum. Let's go. Minimum. All right? So now let's review. Minimum. Enhance. Monopoly. Monotone. Monologue. Okay? Monarch. And monocle. So let's go over some synonyms for the word monocle. So you have an eyepiece, an eyeglass, a lens. An antonym, you could say bifocals, glasses, things like that, okay? A monarch, terrific synonyms. A ruler, a king, a queen, an emperor, a sovereign, the crown. You'll sometimes hear that referred to, the crown. The crown said this, the crown said that, whoever the ruler is. An antonym would be a subject, a citizen, a subordinate. However, in terms of whether a country is a monarch or not, a monarchy, you can also say that an antonym could be like a republic, like the United States, a democracy, right? All right, the word monologue. Monologue. A speech, an address, okay? So, for example, you have to address a crowd. You'll have a monologue. You'll give a speech. You'll talk to them. You'll give a lecture. A soliloquy, a sermon in church, when the pastor or the minister or the priest or the imam in the mosque, they're giving their speech. that's a monologue. They're the only ones who are talking. An antonym could be dialogue, conversation. On the other hand, not saying anything at all. Think about it. Silence, or being silent, or quiet. Okay? Monotone. All right? Monotone is flat, emotionless, monotonous, dull, repetitious, dreary, unexpressive, boring or bored, dry, having a dry tone. All right? On the other hand, antonym, ebullient, right? Exciting, expressive, passionate, inspiring, moving, and rousing. All right? Monopoly. To dominate, to have complete control, to be exclusive, to command, to be restricted, or to limit. Okay? Let's see. So, for example, just in terms of limit, if you live in a small town, that you might be limited in terms of the stores that you can go to. They don't have as much of a variety, let's say, than the city. So therefore, that one store might dominate or have complete control over what they sell. What they sell, and they're exclusive. All right. An antonym might be inclusive or competitive, competition, compete, unrestricted or unrestrictive, to allow, to extend, all right, or to share even, all right. To enhance, let's go, enhance, all right. To boost, to upgrade, to improve, to make better, to increase, to strengthen, supplement, to fortify, to raise, to increase. Some antonyms would be reduce, to worsen, to degrade, diminish, lessen, with an E, L-E-S-S-E-N, to decrease, which I think I mentioned. But again, think about when you read cannons and catapults. They were able to enhance each invention as time went on and as it evolved, and it was much more effective. And the last one, minimum. The least amount, the smallest, least. I know I said that before. The lowest, the littlest. Antonyms would be maximum, most, supreme, greatest, or largest.